Okay, hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Talk of the Town podcast with myself, Laura, this mammy, Ciara Dignam and Tracy Metcalf, Diary of a Single Mammy. So we put up a few polls and I thought, seeing as last week was the first day of summer, I put out a few polls asking what are like your favourite places you've been, and how to keep the kids entertained during the school holidays, because we're all facing that now, right now. I'm already thinking 2 weeks time and these kids are going to be at home 24/7, so what are we going to do? Nobody seemed to really have many answers for me, in
because
fairness.
we're all just lost souls wondering about all these kids hanging
Like
out.
literally no answer to that question. Everything else got an answer, but not how to keep the kids entertained. So we're going to have to think of something there. However, going away, right, I'm all for going away and I'm all for going swimming in the sea when you're on holidays and everything, but what I don't get, right, and I don't know how you'll feel about this, is sea swims here in the freezing cold through the winter. That I know there are groups of girls who go together and do, you know, like meditation and yoga and things like that, and mindfulness, all on the beach. Like, I can see that, like, they do it in Portmarnock and Malahide and Donabate and everything. It just makes no sense to me.
I'm going to explain it because it made no sense to me.
Sorry, my timer's just going off there now.
Okay.
Go ahead there now, Tracy.
It made no sense to me either until it was explained to me. I don't know whether I have the right name now because I didn't look it up before we came. It's called the wimpuff method. Right? So what it is it's basically when you shock your body with the cold water.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a few different things you can do, but the water thing is the main reason they do it. It's meant to help with the whole balance of your body, your mental health, completely wakes you up. Now I did it. I got Aaliyah up one morning at like 5:30 in the morning last year. We drove to Maytown. We did it. There was other people randomly on the beach doing it.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. Only that I have a 10-year-old who would be difficult to do that with regularly.
Yeah.
I would do it regularly. I can't swim, so I literally went in and just like the shock on your body of the cold water, but it does only last about a minute. But they also say when you're having a shower, you should end your shower with so many seconds of cold shower. And it's based on the whole method as well.
Really? I
but
thought it was to make your hair shiny.
No, it awakens your senses and stuff, but honestly, I think one morning the three of us should do it.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I do, and you'll get exactly what it's about.
I'm shitting.
Because I really... I can't
get
my head around it. I really can't get my head around it.
Yeah,
I just see them all and say, fair play to them, but no. Like, I'd be freezing getting out of the car.
Like,
you know,
if you
yeah,
want,
it's
I'll
a
give you a
different
lift. Could we
No,
do that?
I'm roping you boat in. We're going to do
Can
it
you do
one day
what?
over the summer.
I'll give you a
She'll
lift.
give us a lift.
No,
we're
And
doing
I'll
it.
stand with towels and make it cozy when you
No.
come back.
I
I'll keep
don't
the
know if I
engine
could
warm.
even get my clothes off. I really don't think
No,
that I can do it.
you think that, and I was the same, and I can't swim. I'm terrified of big waves or anything like that. It's a different experience.
Yeah, see, I don't like waves or any of that thing. Like, I was, as a kid, I was grand, and then I learned to swim. Now, I was a weak swimmer, but then I went to Butlins with my friends, and their parents, like...
That was deadly.
Yeah, but there was like in the pool, it kind of just dropped at one stage.
I mean deadly as in you'll think you'll die at some point while you're there.
And I did. Which leads me on to this. Like, there was just a drop. So I'm walking, and then there was a drop. Now, I mean, it was probably 2 foot because I'm 2 foot. So I went, and it just dropped. And I remember, like, oh, Jesus, I'm dying. And I remember looking up, and my eyes were open because my brain was like, what's going on here? And I could see everything, and I just panicked. And after that, if I get water past my chin, that's it, I'm done. Now, so I know it's a sea swim. I know it's a sea swim. It's not about swimming, but like I don't like being cold or warm.
No.
But you can't talk about this until you have done it.
Yeah.
Try at least once and then give your opinion on it. That's what I say.
I really would cry.
Here's what I think we should do. We should all set each other challenges for the summer, and my challenge is this. That's what we're doing.
Right, and then your challenge for me should be not to do it.
It doesn't work like that. You can't counteract any challenges.
Oh
God.
spring this
start.
month.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know how. I don't know
But
how
it's
that's
gas
gonna
because
go.
I'm the same. I hate water and I don't want to learn how to swim. But my favourite type of holiday is cruising. I love cruises.
Oh, I would
Never
love a
been
cruise.
on.
I would love a
I
cruise.
promise.
Does it look amazing? But I've never
There's
been
no
on one.
going back after a cruise.
Really?
You go on a cruise, there's just too much to offer on it. Like, we happened to get a really good deal when we went on the Mediterranean one. And I wanted to go there in case we didn't like it because it was easy enough to get back from Barcelona airport
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
it would be in America or something. And we just happened to get a really brilliant, like I think it was €750 for me and Delia for like 5 nights on
That's
the
good.
MSC.
You
It
wouldn't
was-
even get a hotel in Dublin now for that.
No,
no, you wouldn't.
For
No.
And you wouldn't get
not at
cruise
all.
there for that either.
No.
But it was only a few years, probably 2017, I think it was. But it is an experience. It is a city on a ship, and you're stopping off at different ports. You're just seeing different countries.
Yeah.
You can get off if you want. You will never get around the whole ship.
Yeah.
There's bowling on it, cinemas, ice rinks,
Oh, that'd be-
like proper Broadway shows on
Right.
it. Like, it's like all the bars have a different. You get an itinerary on your bed every day. So like one bar might have karaoke, and it'll have stand-up comedy all
Very
around the ship.
good.
Ah.
There's kids clubs to beat the band. Like, Aaliyah loved it. I never seen her. She
Yeah.
was wanted to be in the kids club. They did a show and all at the end of it, and then we did the Caribbean cruise. There's just no going back after the cruise.
Because my mother-in-law, they've gone a few times, and she has said it to me that she's the
I
same.
think young people try it. They just associate it with older people
Yeah.
and retirement. It's
Yeah,
not that.
that's
at
what she
all.
Oh,
always
well,
says
I'd
to
be
me.
happy for it. That's the type of holiday that I'd enjoy.
See, I think it's the type of holiday that kind of fits everyone. If you
Yeah.
want to go mental, you can, because there's nightclubs on
Yeah.
the ship. But if you want to just chill out and go to your room,
You have the
you can
option.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, you can eat loads of different types of food. Like, there's just something for everybody. I
Yeah.
highly recommend a cruise if you can get one.
Right.
Please, one of you set a challenge at the three of us have to go to a cruise.
I would not be dead. Right. Summer holidays. So, where was the best place that you've ever been? I got in Abu Dhabi, Spain, Tenerife, and Portugal. Were answers that I got back. Where has
I
your
didn't like Portugal. I have to
favourite
say.
been?
I like it was grand, like, but it wasn't somewhere I wanted to go back to at all. I
Mm.
did love Salou because it was my first proper holiday as like I was 19.
Yeah.
But that was the first proper
Yeah.
country holiday we went on, well, other than Blackpool. But I loved it because it had Portaventura and
Yeah, it has everything.
like it
Yeah.
did have everything, and I loved the whole kids entertainment,
Yeah.
cabaret and all that.
Yeah.
And Aaliyah hasn't experienced that yet, so I want to do that with her.
Yeah. She loved that.
Yeah, because we've been to Salou a lot, and like that we were all just talking about before we came on air. We just went to Salou last week for like 3 days. It was very last minute. When I say last minute, I mean Darren came in and was like, because my sister-in-law was over there, and we're only after booking this summer's holiday, so we were saying, no, Jesus Christ, let's not get carried away with ourselves. And he was like, we'll just have a look and see what we can get for the few days. We went, 3 days, and like it's only 2 hours.
Was it cheap booking it on the day?
Like
No.
last minute. No.
Not really. Like it was all right, but I mean, you're talking for what you would have got it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was probably double the price. Do you know what I mean?
That's because
but-
everybody's wanting to go away.
exactly,
now,
and,
so you're
and
at home for 2
inflation
years,
and everything else.
Swimming
But,
in the freezing sea
yeah,
over here.
but it was just this thing of we were like, "Do you know what, we need a break. Let's just go. And we literally booked it, and within like 14 hours we were standing at the airport. Like mental.
That's the way I
Mental.
love to do it.
Yeah,
I hate
that
waiting
is
for
Darren's
things.
very spontaneous like that, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, because I do need to have like
Yeah.
have everything packed properly and a just in case outfits and all of that, which obviously I still managed to do in a short space of time, but still. But like we ended up going to Salou, but we've gigged in Salou and that
Yeah.
over the years, so we know it really well. We stayed in Cap Salou, which was brilliant, and the hotel we stayed in was amazing for kids, and that we just brought Jake with us because Keane's doing his leaving cert, Ava's. And she was doing exams as well, so we basically just abandoned the other two and
Sure, why not?
brought the smaller one.
Yeah.
But
They're big
we're
enough
having,
anyway.
yeah.
They can stick on pizza like.
Glad.
Yeah.
And like they're still alive. When we came back, they're still alive.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like just so Keane is 18, he's an adult, and they have nannies and everything and aunties that were here, so we didn't
Yeah.
literally abandon our children. Just
Before
Yeah,
because-
no
anybody
hate,
calls
please.
Ciara to
Yeah,
trust them.
Jesus. But yeah, no, we love Lanzarote as well. I do like Lanzarote.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I wasn't mad about it either. I just thought it was a bit boring. I think
Well, that's the thing
I
for
think I feel
it's
more
relaxing.
that way since I went on the cruises. I'm like,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I've
no,
only been to
years.
Spain, so this is
Yeah.
all new. I'm like only finding my feet now.
Now,
Yeah.
I think I said to you where I went a few years ago, brilliant. Blackpool. So I went there as a kid, and it was always my favourite holiday as a kid. Like, and we went a few years ago, and it was still amazing. But Pleasure Beach is now Nickelodeon, like it's huge.
Oh,
like,
very good, yeah. And
And
Lego,
the
I want to
water,
go to
like,
Legoland.
it's amazing. Like this place is amazing, and they still have all the fairy lights and all the windows of all the B&Bs and all this, and cabaret at night and bingo nights, and like Aaliyah had a ball at it. I would actually recommend it. It's so handy.
Yeah.
Manchester, drive to, or flight to Manchester, train down.
Yeah, we done that with
Yeah.
my two sister-in-laws. We went with
Brilliant.
the kids just to that
Yeah.
Nickelodeon Slime Fest thing.
Yeah.
But we went to Liverpool, got the train down, and literally went to Slime Fest
Yeah,
and got
and
back
then
on the train and went back to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So we didn't really see
Yeah.
much of it, and it was lashing out. So it was like
Yeah, see, when we were
miserable.
there that week was brilliant.
Yeah,
weather.
It makes such a difference. But it's same
Yeah.
with here. I mean, if you get the weather in Ireland, you don't need to go away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can get some lovely places.
Only that now it's so expensive for everything.
Yeah.
Like
It is. It's as expensive to kind of take a week off work here and act as if you're on holiday
yeah.
as it would be
Yeah.
to go away. Like 100% it would be,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
And what's annoying me at the moment with all these price increases in everything, all services, you don't even get the same standard of service you got a few years ago.
No.
No.
Like it's like, remember a time where businesses wanted to kind of appease a customer and do, you know, impress them. That's gone out the window.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just your basics.
Yeah.
What you.
Yeah.
accept it or don't accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's it. But to the point that they're not even trying to fill places, or they're like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't book it, you don't book it. I
Yeah.
don't care.
We
Yeah.
don't really care.
Yeah.
That's definitely how I'm feeling about business.
Yeah, no, I've noticed
Yeah.
that. Well, with us, like that, this, like that I said, Lanzarote and Saloon and stuff, but like, we went to Orlando, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I don't know.
Oh, I'd love that.
I've lost like 2 years of my life, like we all have a COVID, so it's like 6 or 7 years, I don't know. But like, different world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
really.
I've been to California and that when I was a kid, and my auntie and uncle lived there. So I'd been to America a couple of times, and like we went to Alabama at one stage. My mum and dad had friends there, like Jesus Christ, mental. But anyway, that's a different episode.
Oh
my God.
God.
Like, oh my God, like full on hillbillies, like
Really?
madness. Yeah, Jesus Christ. When I
Chewing
say
straw and everything.
when I mean a different episode, I mean a different episode.
I love it.
But yeah, we went to Orlando. So 2 years ago, we said, right, we'll book Orlando again, paid the deposit, someone ate a bat,
Yeah.
round the world, and we didn't go.
Yeah.
So we rescheduled it and rescheduled it and rescheduled it. So that's what we're.
Oh, that's our this year.
that's what we're
holiday.
doing. Yeah, that's
Right.
what we're doing in August.
Oh,
And like Keane is 18 now, so he more than likely won't be seeing Dead with us now from this year on.
Yeah, but
So
he
he
is
said
going
make
to
it-
Orlando. which
He's coming with us. That's what
really
I'm saying. It's probably his
is.
last
Yeah, that'll be
holiday.
the last one.
Jake is at a good age where he can kind of take in like the
Yeah,
theme
appreciate
parks and
what's-
everything else. And
Yeah.
it was a great
I
age,
still
so-
think my boys would be still too small, like 7 and 4.
Yeah, they will.
They'd enjoy it, but
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't
They,
remember it.
and they
Yeah.
probably miss a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They would. Yeah.
So yeah. It's
Yeah,
that kind
even
of-
in Tato Park, Christopher was too small for most of the things
Yeah.
there a few weeks ago.
Yeah, now Jake probably will be as well for a lot of them, but I don't mind that because I used to years ago, like when we went to Disneyland and all when I was a kid, when we went to LA, I loved all the roller coasters. My mum hated them, but I'd still drag her on some and drag my dad on. But now I'm at a stage where I'm very aware of death.
Yeah.
So it ain't that Jake's too small for him. Like, oh, it's stand
Yeah, but
Jake.
you know what?
Yeah.
When
Stand
we were
do all
there,
that.
Aaliyah was like 7, and she got on millions of things.
Yeah.
Like literally
Yeah.
the whole day was taken up in Universal, and then a whole day in Volcano Bay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was, because that was before the Caribbean cruise.
Right.
We did 3 days in Orlando. It was amazing. So
Yeah.
I think he'd grant first.
It's mad how when you get older as well, you get nervous and things like that. Like when I was a kid, I loved the carnival, and the faster and bigger the,
The
ride,
monsters and everything,
the
yeah.
more
That's the
attracted I was to it. Now when I get on these things, you'd be looking going, oh, that bolt is very rusty.
Yeah.
That's literally saving my life, that
Yeah.
rusty bolt right
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, my nerves
And
would
like
go.
the person that's running this machine is 7 or 8 years of age.
Yeah,
And they
and
keep
he's
their
standing
carnival.
out there chatting to
They're
some
so
young
good.
one,
Yeah.
not even looking.
Yeah. So yeah.
Did you see the one actually only a few weeks ago I seen on Instagram? I don't know where it was in Ireland somewhere, but it was one of these where the thing, they all line up in the seats, but it like goes up
Oh yeah.
and around,
I've seen it.
but like it goes up the top, but stays flush the whole time. But
Start leaning.
it started leaning backwards, and so everybody was running over and trying to hold it down, like as if they could, like. but it was rocking back and they couldn't stop it.
No.
Yeah, it took a couple of minutes for them to stop it. Now I would be having a panic attack. I'd need therapy after that.
100%.
I'd never ever ever go on another thing like that again. Never.
No, I'd rather just stand at the side and hold the coats.
Yeah.
Can I, on this note, can I just say, because Tato Park,
Yeah.
for people listening, I've always said it is well worth the membership. If you have
Yeah.
kids around,
Yeah.
like Keen and Elia's age, and Jamie, probably not so much Christopher right now, but I think it's brilliant value for money.
Yeah.
For me, especially because it's 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
But, like, I think people that have went years ago don't realise how big it's gotten, how much it's evolved. There's so much in it. It's a day out,
Yeah.
and if you can afford the membership, it's just so worth it
Yeah.
for
The
people.
crowd-
Even
it's
the
not what you
zoo as well in it. It's not
Yeah.
just
I didn't know
it's
that.
like a big
I didn't know that there was the zoo and all the rest of it and all the new rides. But even Chris's mum said, she was like, you know, when you go to the normal zoo, like she was like, you get kind of a burger and chips and
Yeah.
it's always horrible. Like, but she said she literally had the nicest chicken burger
Yeah,
that she's
it's lovely.
ever had.
Yeah.
Was it in that
yeah, it's
Tato
decent
Park?
food.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't just say that.
And
like,
it's
she
good
really-
prices because they have restaurants,
Yeah.
but they also have, you know, like the van, like the chipper van. that
Oh,
you get.
very good.
So what we always do is we bring a lunch, a
Yeah.
packed lunch, and then we get something later on.
Yeah.
The best lasagna I've had is also in Tato Park.
Really?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So
I
you
just
can
love
actually
them
get-
yolks.
Oh, yeah, I've never had one.
Oh my
Every
god.
single-
Sorry.
They're these spirally crisps, right?
It's a
They're
crisp.
Tato
Oh.
crisps.
It's like a bidet that's
Yeah.
kind of spiral and then it's dragged out and it's on a stick.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
and then you
yeah, I
say
love
like
that.
whether you want salt and vinegar or
Yeah.
cheese and onion or whatever, and they put it on it.
Every
Oh.
single time
Oh.
I've gone, I'm like,
I
let's get
love
that, and I
them.
don't get it.
Yeah.
No
That's
way.
the only reason I can be convinced to go.
But it is, it's
It's worth
good.
it.
Yeah.
And I
I've
did that
never
last
been, I
year
have
on
to
my
go.
page. I was kind of recommending places for people to go with their kids because
Yeah.
I couldn't find anywhere
Yeah.
really for Elia. So
Yeah.
I do really recommend Tato Park.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would second that as well because we had gone to the zoo at one stage and it was just like we went to the zoo, walked around the whole place for like 2.5-3 hours, and the only animal we saw was a squirrel.
They don't
A
come in.
fucking
Are
squirrel.
you serious?
I swear because the animals were all hiding, and then like a few weeks later we went to Tato Park and you have the rides, you
Yeah.
have just the nice little areas. Then they had like the board show as well
Yeah,
because my
it's
dad
brilliant.
was mad into
Yeah.
boards, so we man Dara after coming
Yeah.
went in and looked at the board show. He walked out then decided he was going to buy a hawk, but we talked him out of that. Jesus. And then you have an actual zoo and
Yeah.
and you
The
see animals
yeah.
that you see with your eyes, like it's
And
magical.
they've also a circus.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all part of it.
Christopher
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
you his laugh. Christopher was bitten by an emu in Tato Park.
Stop.
Yeah, his granddad said to him, "Don't put your hand in there, son." And
But
he
he
put
did.
his hand in there, and
Yeah.
the emu bit him on the hand.
Well, you
No,
know
he
now.
didn't scratch his
Yeah.
skin or anything like that.
But that
won't
also
do that
shows
again.
how
Yeah.
close the animals come to you.
Yeah.
Because I find in the zoo, I don't even, I think because I went to Miami Zoo and just no comparison, so this zoo pisses me off in Dublin. But also the perspex is always Mikey as well.
So you can't actually see.
Yeah.
And like especially for younger kids, I just find it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Christopher would enjoy the zoo. Jamie would. I still think Christopher's
just a
too
long
small. He
walk
doesn't
around.
Yeah,
not
not
interested in the big walks around there. Yeah,
So yeah, Tato Park is a thumbs up from
thumbs
us.
up from Tato Park for sure. But come here, I want to talk about Maverick, and I know you went to see it yesterday. Was it?
On Monday.
Oh,
loved it.
I
No,
really
yesterday.
enjoyed it. I was telling Kara on the way out as well.
Brilliant.
It is like as good
Yeah.
as the original Top Gun, and I'm
Yeah.
literally
It
smiling.
gives you
here
all the
because
feels
it-
again, doesn't it?
Oh my god, the minute it started, I was like, dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh my god, there was
And I
literally
kept
tears in
roaring,
my eyes
and I
when
was
it
like,
started.
I'm not going to lie, I was a bit emotional at the end, and she was like a bit emotional. I was sobbing.
Bawling.
It's very good.
Balling. It was absolutely
yeah.
brilliant, I have to say. It was definitely as good as it. And I have to say as well, I am not, for anyone else who kind of has this sense, years ago, I kind of, with all the, what's that? Wasn't he part of some Scientology? Yeah, that kind of put me off him, and I thought he was a bit
Well, he
weird
was
after
always
that.
still a good actor.
Yeah, but I didn't. I kind of stopped watching his movies
Yeah.
to be honest because of all of that. And I didn't like the Mission Impossible movies or anything like that. But I knew he was going to be
Yeah.
brilliant in Top
Isn't
Gun.
it mad how he hasn't changed, really?
He hasn't changed.
Like
no,
when you look at
hasn't
him
changed
beside
at all.
Val Kilmer, because he was in the Force movie,
Yeah.
and he, like the work he'd had on his
Yeah.
face, he looked old with loads of work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tom Cruise looks like he's still in the 80s.
Yeah.
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 But it really did
So
bring me back to
Absolutely
childhood.
excellent film.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
And music
anybody
and
was
all, I
looking
loved
for
that
something
they
to
kind
do
of
for the
kept it.
weekend.
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
it was
And I
Yeah.
think well he's like in that I'm not really into Mission Impossible or any of that
Neither
either.
am I.
But I know that whatever about him, like because I've seen a lot of kind of documentaries and stuff on Scientology.
Yeah.
And whatever your opinion is of it or whatever, my personal opinion is it's mental.
Yeah.
But I know with him, like as an actor, he does put himself in, like, and he does all his own stunts.
Yeah.
and,
he
like
did.
so
Even
he's-
on the one on Mission Impossible, sorry, I only found out this the other day. The one where he's holding onto the military airplane, that he did that.
Yeah, he does all his
himself.
own stunts. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Even the
to me, I
plane,
didn't know that.
he drove the plane or flew the planes or whatever
Yeah,
he did.
he's
with
got
planes.
licenses for everything. Like,
So I mean, you have to whatever
you have to
about
give him that.
whether he's a nut or not, you have to
Because I
respect that.
read
Yeah.
Leah Remini, you know, the actress out
I
King,
love her.
King of Queens.
Yeah, I love her.
And she's brilliant, she's so funny. But she wrote a book, I can't remember the name of it, but it's all about her growing up in Scientology, and she talks about him,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
it is mental.
yeah,
And I think if I knew him in person, I would not want to be around
yeah,
him.
different.
Yeah.
He'd frighten me probably a bit, but
But as
you
Maverick,
can't
I'd
fault
sit
him as an
all
actor.
day and chat
Yeah,
to
it
him.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, 100%. If it was Maverick sitting there, I would sit and chat to him all day. Absolutely. Right, so that was me and Chris's date night, right? So we did put up a poll as well. What was your ultimate date night? And I have to say, the results that came in were all lovely. Curry and a movie in bed. How romantic is that?
Now that is lovely,
That's
and I
really nice.
love curry, and I love movies, and I love
And I
being
love
in bed.
bed.
However, I would freak out if we got curry sauce on the duvet.
I know.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
do you know what?
It's like
As well,
eating in the room.
who's
with
bringing the
curries.
plates back out and washing them?
Him, 100%. Bringing them
So
down at
I'm
least.
on the outside.
Yeah.
I'm near the door, so Darren
Me
was just
too.
like handing me the plate.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, see, Chris is in the inside as well, so
Yeah.
he'd have to hop over me. So no, that'd be me. I'd have to do that bit. Dinner and the cinema, pizza, and a competitive game of Mario Kart. I love this,
Oh yeah.
and I'm actually going to do it because I haven't played Mario Kart since I was a kid. Movie, popcorn, and chill, butter popcorn, and chill. And that was all. Like, there wasn't
So
one
nothing high
of going
maintenance.
out for meals.
Yeah, like taking me
Nothing
on,
like
on a
that.
flight to Paris
Yeah.
as a surprise.
I was expecting all sorts of outrageous
Yeah,
But I
out
think people
there.
have changed. since
People
COVID.
have changed.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
what?
Yeah.
Oh my god, perceptive. What's the
We know you.
word? Perspectives.
Perspectives. That's the one.
We got there.
That's
I
the
just
one.
literally couldn't speak English for a minute. Yeah, perspectives have
Yeah,
changed,
Yeah.
and I think it's
Yeah.
just
And come here,
simplified.
everything is so bleeding expensive.
Yeah,
Now, in
It's so
fairness, I have to
expensive
say,
to
going
do
to the cinema the other night, it was only like €28 for the two of us. I was expecting it to be a lot more expensive.
But I had an issue with that. We went to Arc, €28, and or 20 something euro. But in view it was $4.99 a ticket. Like that's a big difference.
well, we went.
Especially if you have kids going.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
obviously.
Because we went to Odeon a while back, and when we went, we bought the tickets. We were buying the tickets, and your man, the uncle said, "Oh well, it's in ice cents. Is that all
Yeah,
right?" And
yeah.
Darren's like, "Yeah, no bother." And then we got like so the 2 tickets, a bottle of water, and nachos because obviously we know how I feel about nachos at
Yeah,
this
you
point.
were very much.
And that's what we got. And he's like, "Is the ice cents? Is that all right?" And I kind of thought, "Why is he asking us that all right?"
Yeah.
And then I found out
Right.
why. It was €56 for that.
Are you
€56.
Because
That's
I
like
said,
second all things could have bought pennies for that.
Yeah.
oh no, yeah, all the
No, it
jams
is
and
very
stuff.
expensive.
Jesus.
What is the difference between iSense and the
It's like
normal?
surround sound.
And like
Right.
you've come to, you know, the recliner chairs. There's a tray that you come around. It is.
Oh.
So like Leah and I would have gone on it for like big movies like Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as a experience.
Yeah.
But like you wouldn't be going every week. To
And we did
to
get
that.
No,
friendly
because like
seats,
for
but there was
nearly
no
€60 for an
recliners.
experience.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I do think. But how do they justify that when View was doing it for $4.99 a ticket?
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
you see,
know
I
the
will always
food is
go.
crapper in View.
Yeah.
But how do you justify
Yeah.
that?
I have to justify going to Odeon because of the butter popcorn because nowhere
Yeah.
else
Yeah, they're
does
the
it.
only one that does.
Omni doesn't do it. The
And
only
apparently
one.
that's an insurance thing.
It is an insurance
because
because it's slipping
it's
on the.
slipping on
Stop.
That's
Yeah.
apparently what.
Yeah.
Christ
And
alive.
I'm not going to say where I went because it wouldn't be fair, but I have to say it was 9:30 at night, and that might have been why. Well, see, when we were paying and waiting for our popcorn, like when I looked back, the whole floor was covered in popcorn, spilled drinks. It was absolutely disgusting. Like it was really bad. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like you're kind of wait now. Hang on, stop. I was thinking of something when I go on now. Again.
Slippy popcorn.
Oh no! So when you were saying about Omni, I went to Omni before when I like that when I went to get my nachos. They just gave me the box, you know, the box of nachos with that you peel off the plastic thing. Oh, I nearly died. I was devastated because you have to have the warm cheese, like.
Yeah, I know. It's not
And I know that this is something very like first world problems or whatever, but that's like that means a lot to me.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I love warm cheese.
I love warm cheese.
Yeah.
Don't give me a box that you can buy in
And I
Spar
love
for like
the
£2.99
Olympia
or
nachos,
something.
and I think I said before, I can't really eat them since my surgery. I can, but I've ate nachos a few times out and I've been able to eat them, but I can't really enjoy it. And I feel like the Odeon have changed the taste of the cheese.
Yeah, it's not as
disappointing.
it is
cheaper
disappointing.
cheese.
Yeah.
But I think as well, staffing seems to be an issue in a lot of places since COVID. So like that, they probably just were leaving the cinemas to clean to the end of the shift.
Yeah.
People on
That's why.
And rather than having a cleaner, they're
because it
probably just
was
letting
the last show.
Yeah, they're probably just leaving the staff rather than having a separate cleaner. They're probably getting the staff do the day and then clean it.
Yeah.
So it is hard on them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, I have a cough today, and I'm not sure it's going to kill me.
Sorry, Stuart.
Sorry, Stuart. Okay. So one of these, while we're on the subject of food and Kira's nachos, I asked what were the maddest food combos, and some of them are just out there, like literally out there. So one of them that I got was butter popcorn on batch bread.
Yeah, that face is what I said.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's what I
Like
said.
what?
Yeah. Like how does that even happen?
Butter popcorn on batch bread.
How do you stumble across that? Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say I like her style, but I don't know if I could do it. Or meanies on bread.
Also no.
No, for me, I can probably understand that more than the popcorn on bread.
I do like bag potato on crisp.
Yeah, so I can kind of
get
meanies.
Do you know what is amazing though? Right, so if you put your toast on, like make toast, put it under the grill, and you have to crush like a bag potato, crush it like tiny bits, put it on top of your toast, and then put grated cheese on top under the grill.
Yeah, I get that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Next time I'm in your house, I want
I
you to
will
do that.
do that. Absolutely.
Do you know what?
No
Last
problem.
week, I brought Larry over to my dad, and they were looking in the butcher's. Larry loves their protein. They were looking in the butcher's scan, and he was saying, "I love an owl rib sandwich. Is it ribs? Rib sandwich. What?" And
do you mean?
and she was like, "What? The meat off the ribs."
Oh, because I'm thinking like
so not a rib steak sandwich.
No, like the meat off the ribs into a sandwich.
No, I thought you meant like put the ribs on the bread and they could bite into the bone. Okay.
And she was like, "What?" But like, have you heard of that?
No.
Because even the butcher was like, "Yeah, like it's a Dublin thing."
It's a thing. What?
Yeah, it would be like what's that other
Like
thing?
meat on bread.
Like pulled pork.
Yeah. It's just meat on bread. It's like
It's just not. Yeah, it's just not something I would have thought was a thing though.
Yeah. I could never get my head around a steak sandwich though in the pub either.
Yeah, I couldn't either because it just wouldn't appeal.
Yeah, it's just too much to bite into.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I find it. No, it's too much for hard work.
Yeah.
I
I
use
was
a
Louis
steak
C
sandwich,
in if I
I
was
hate
on a
when you
tangent
talk
down
about
now.
bread because I miss it so much.
But you can eat bread.
I can manage like toast, one slice probably a toast, but I can't eat bread.
Yeah.
It's very bad for you.
I know, but I love it here.
I love batch.
I do love
Batch
batch.
and king.
Oh, I love
Batch
yes.
and like chipper chips.
Oh, I
Yes.
love
Salt and vinegar
Yeah.
and
the
real
worst thing
water.
for my stomach now.
Oh
I
yeah,
could
it's
not
probably
cope with
dropped
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah,
Like
but I
if you
loved it. But a girl wrote back to me, gravy and pasta.
No.
Gravy and pasta.
Gravy and pasta.
No, absolutely
No.
not.
Not for
No.
me.
No, absolutely not. Okay, this one is going to blow your mind. I've never even heard of it, and I am going to have to Google it. Mayonnaise cake.
What?
Mayonnaise cake.
That sounds vile.
I know.
I wish you had a Google that before we did
Me
this.
too.
I know what it was because
I know.
yeah,
That was sent in by somebody.
Mayonnaise
Mayonnaise cake. I've
cake.
never heard of it. I've heard of bread and butter pudding,
Yeah.
Which I still wouldn't touch it
It's
because
still-
it just sounds wrong.
That's my dad's favourite dessert, but
Really?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I've made it.
Is there
Like, I've made-
raisins or something in that?
Yeah, it's like literally you get like not stale bread, but like not fresh bread. You know,
Mm.
where it's kind of getting
Yeah.
not what's the word? Not like mouldy, but a couple of days old. That's
Yeah,
kind of getting
yeah.
hardish. And then you make like a custard.
Yeah.
Put the custard over it, raisins over it, brown sugar over it, and then into the oven.
Sounds wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally don't understand. I've made it. Darren loves it. My dad loves it. I'm saying I can't stand it. I've never actually tasted it, but in my mind, nah.
There is
So
a
Would you say that
restaurant-
was sorry? Would you say that was something like an
Oh,
old
it's an old
dessert
school
from
thing,
back
yeah,
in the
yeah,
day?
yeah,
And
yeah.
you didn't have a lot of money
Oh,
for it.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
cool.
it's all the
Okay.
ingredients.
Because
and
it
that.
makes no
It's
sense.
yeah, it's like whatever's
otherwise.
left in
But I
the
remember
press.
a manager of work years ago telling me about a restaurant in London, some chef that was famous, and he was famous for putting things like together that were like, say, like ice cream and potatoes or something mad.
Yeah.
Like they're complete opposite things,
Yeah.
but they're things that your mind tells you won't like, but your
Well,
palate
you actually do.
actually
Yeah.
does.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like because I'm obsessed
Sells
with,
that.
with MasterChef. Like I'm obsessed with MasterChef.
For anyone listening, here, his eyes are bulging.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with I'm obsessed with
Can
MasterChef.
you see?
And like and then but they have like chocolate and they put chili in it. Like that happens a lot.
Yeah,
And it's like that's one of those things where it's like they shouldn't work together,
Yeah,
but
but
apparently
they
it is.
do.
Now I'm yet to try it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But because again my brain be like, oh no,
Yeah.
no. But yeah, it's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah. I have to say I've never tried like any of them bars that have like chili chocolate or I just
No.
can't. I'd rather just go for a normal bar.
It's bleeding dairy milk.
Yeah.
I was actually-
And I have to say, by the way, your dad was 100%
Oh, yeah.
right on the big bars. The
Yeah.
big bars are from England and the little bars are from Ireland,
Yeah.
and they do taste
Yeah.
completely different.
If anyone missed that episode, we're talking about fruit nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because he did his research, he likes a fruit nut.
Well, now it's ruined.
Now
Can't
you
buy
know.
a big bar.
See, there you go. You
And my
right.
friend brought a big bar the next day, and I was afraid to
Me?
disappointed.
I brought
No, it was Rachel when she dropped up the
Because
top.
remember when I came in, I was at you had a Leah, and I came in and you took the bar out and you were like, look, Christy was right.
Oh, well, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah,
He's a wise one. He is.
yeah. Still at it now.
Not just a bar, but do you know, funny enough, actually, when you're talking about weird food combos that he actually has passed on to me, I don't know how weird this is, but when I was a kid, he used to get, because I know you can buy salt and vinegar tato,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have cheese and onion tato.
Yeah.
But he would get cheese and onion tato and put vinegar in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started doing
That
it.
sounds lovely.
It is.
Yeah.
And I know it's like it's wet. I don't say moist. That's
No, but it's actually nice.
I hate that word though.
Yeah, because
Because we've got those like mixed pack of, the different shape crisps
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
in one bag.
Yeah.
My friend Claudine would do
Yeah.
that. She'd put vinegar on them. and
I'm glad it's a
it
thing.
sounds disgusting, but
Well,
Oh,
it is
do you
lovely.
know what? Now I'm thinking
I was opening myself to
bag of
judgment
cheese
until
and
I-
onion,
Yeah.
bag of salt and vinegar, and a bag of smoky bacon all in one bowl.
Oh yeah, and then it's like a little surprise. You don't know what's going to happen.
Ooh!
You don't know.
I'm gonna do that when I go home. I am going to do that when I'm in bed now. I am
There's tons of
starving.
food. I'm even
Yeah.
starving.
Yeah, I'm starving now. Okay, and the last one, cheese and marmalade. I have to say, I don't like marmalade. I love cheese, but I haven't tried marmalade since I was a kid, and I'm too afraid.
I do actually. I like marmalade, not with the bits in it. And then when I say I like it, I mean I've eaten it. Like I wouldn't choose it, but if it was there and I was dying and I needed to
if you
eat
had to
something,
pick
I
between
would.
marmalade and strawberry jam.
I can.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But not with cheese.
No.
There should be some sort of
Yeah.
legal.
Well, in fairness, I
Documents
asked
say
for
that
the
should-
maddest food combos.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
but these are obviously things people
these
like.
are crazy out there.
How does that? Like I don't understand how these things happen.
No,
How does
neither
it?
do I.
Like, do you be sitting eating your cheese sandwich and then walk into the kitchen and then fall onto a jar of marmalade and then just go, oh, actually, I
No,
just
so
continue
a
to
bit
eat
of
it.
cheese and
Some
that.
of these could have came from when women were pregnant. And obviously just
Yeah.
randomly
Well,
their bodies take
I
it.
never
Yeah.
really had that in weird as such as when I was pregnant, but on Keane I remember I had a very specific sandwich and it was batch.
A specific sandwich.
So it was batch, mayonnaise, ham, cheese, pickles, beetroot, and Keane.
Oh yeah.
You lost
That
your
sounds like a
pickles and
down sandwich with
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then or like tuna and mayonnaise with cheese and beetroot.
I have to say I love tuna and mayonnaise.
Oh
with sweet
no.
corn.
No.
Tuna can't,
Yeah.
No.
Or do you know what? Well,
Not
I actually.
sweet corn. No.
You are actually going to vomit now in a minute. But one of my favourites is sardines and tomato sauce on toast.
no.
Yeah.
Laura, no.
I have to say.
No.
Yeah, I love it.
No,
I've
you're
always
wrong.
loved it since I was a
You're wrong.
kid. That is gross.
No. But you know, I used to love the tuna and mayonnaise in O'Brien's, and then I went up one day and I was like, yeah, I'll have a bit of that tuna and mayonnaise, and they had capers in it. Oh.
What's papers?
They're like little fish, aren't they? Like tiny.
Oh Jesus.
Are they?
They're like, but they look like peppercorns. You know, like the little black peppercorns. But they're
So they're
just
little,
cheap.
like,
I don't even. Yeah, they are fish.
They're
of
tiny,
some-
are they
tiny.
babies then? Like still in the
But
ball?
they're the little ball. No, I don't think they're like caviar or something. But they're.
Even
They're
that
wrong.
idea of caviar.
Uh,
I can't cope.
But no, they're like
I've
little
never-
things, but they're like really strong flavour. And I was like, I remember eating, and I was like, what is that? And then I realised what they were. And I was like, why would you do
Why
that?
would you give me that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
even
a bit-
I
that's
actually, I'm
horrible.
fuming when I think about it now.
Okay, let's try and move forward with that.
Oh, I think
No,
I'm
but I
going
don't
to
have to
change
because I'm
the
getting
subject.
the heartburn.
You're getting very upset. I will
Don't
cheer
mess,
you up.
don't
right?
mess with me food.
Okay, I'll cheer you up now because we asked on the page what was the most stupid thing that you've ever said in public.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, right. I have a couple of them. But your friend Gary Tiernan said he was being interviewed one time and he said, I am very welcome to be here.
Yeah.
Incidentally as well, he said, ask Kira about the time that she missed the MTV Awards because somebody broke her arm.
That somebody was Gary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you hate him? I love him.
I love Gary. At the time I did
He's
not.
very good. He's very good.
Gary's a singer-songwriter. He's deadly. Check him out.
Yeah,
But,
Gary Tiernan music.
My dad was actually going to, it was when the MTV Awards were in Dublin. And I was meant to be gone. And my dad was after getting me 2 tickets. And the day of it, we were messing, and whatever way, he was twisting my arm some way and snapped kind of between my elbow and my wrist somewhere. So I had to go into, at the time it was like Temple Street, I was only about
Yeah.
So I ended up having to go into and missed the MTV Awards.
And you would have probably met everybody, all the celebrities, wouldn't you?
Again, bringing back the past, and it's not me.
Oh,
I just got over this caper sandwich.
we're really upset
Yeah,
here
I
this
know.
night.
Podcast.
I know, and I was thinking this is going to be lighthearted, and actually it's traumatic.
Right, well you give us a laugh then. What's the most stupid thing you've ever said in public?
Like, genuinely, I can't think of one. And I was trying to think of one earlier, and I genuinely can't, purely because I talk that much shite. Like, I literally can't pinpoint, because some of the things I come out with, I didn't even go,
Did I just say that?
what was that?
Yeah,
I'll give you one. Today we were in the snail box,
yeah,
right, and it was just past lunchtime, so there was a good few people in it,
yeah.
but not enough that you couldn't hear what somebody else was kind of saying, like you could
The
hear.
best
Yeah.
conversations.
So we're sitting there, and Aaliyah whispers in my ear, tell so and so that word that I keep saying to copy Laurie and I'm not allowed to say. And I was like, what word? And she kept trying to whisper, and I couldn't hear. I was like, what word? I'm not messing at the top of her voice. She goes, tits.
Oh my god!
I wanted to die.
Of course you did.
And when she was younger, like we'd go in, you know, cinema or something, and she always called popcorn cock porn.
Oh my god.
Then, like, I have so many more work because
Yeah, that's a good one,
you know
actually.
her, you never know
Yeah.
what she's going to say. Then we were in surgery, and it was all men sitting around waiting, and there was a couple of guys that were biracial or mixed race, and she was like, daddy, 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 because Aaliyah's dad would have a brown tone to the skin. So she, I was like sitting there going, no, she has.
And they probably just taught them as a whole.
Oh,
So different daddies
Are
every
you
week.
my daddy?
Brought her to the dentist, a private dentist on the south side, sitting there, looked at, I was on my phone, looked up, Aaliyah was breastfeeding a dog in the waiting room.
Stop it.
Breastfeeding the dog.
Stop.
Oh wow.
Oh my god,
So
did she
like-
actually?
I could go on forever with her.
Okay, well I'll give this a laugh, right? So when I was training to be a hairdresser, one of the days anyway, the girl, the hairdresser that was on that day, she was running behind because somebody was late. So by the time her next lady came in, there was like about 10 minutes she was going to be waiting. So the boss says to me, "You just like take your time washing her hair," and I was like, "Okay, grand." So I took my time, but Louise, the hairdresser, was still taking her time finishing our last client. So I says to the boss afterwards, I was like, she's after having a treatment in her hair and everything, what'll I do? And she was like, just go over to her, real confident, and just say to her, I'm going to start to blow dry and Louise is going to come over and
See
finish.
where this is going?
Brandon, no, you just know where this is going. So I went over all confident and I was like, hiya, I'm Laura. So I'm going to start your blow job today and then Louise is going to finish it.
And what did
Yes,
she
I
say?
did. Everybody just fell around the place laughing. And
Did
you know
she
what?
take it?
She did. And in fairness, she
What,
was
she
in her
took the blowjob?
70s. She was
She was in her 70s. Oh
she
God.
was in her 70s, so I nearly died. But when I turned around, I was expecting my boss to be livid, like, but she wasn't. She was nearly on the floor laughing as well. She found that hilarious. That's probably not the only ridiculous thing that I've said. I did have two. I can't remember. I'll go back to her.
Well, giving a 70-year-old woman a blowjob is enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. It is enough. It's enough to make you be quiet for the rest of your life, but it didn't work that way.
It's a weird. I was looking at a mem thing the other night, and it was
How do
Squidward.
you say the word? Is it mem or
I think
meme or
it's-
memmy?
I don't know. I just say mem.
I actually don't. Yeah,
I
know
think it's
it's
meme.
meme.
I think it is, but I don't know. I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's. I don't know. I mean, it's
whatever you want.
I was looking at this picture the other night, and it was Squidward, and his eyes were all raw and red, and he's like lying, kind of like, you know, like he can't sleep, kind of thing, and it has, me to the waitress, or the waitress, enjoy, or is your food, enjoy your food, and then me, oh wait, I forget it. It's like, oh no, yes, sorry. So the waitress says, enjoy your food, and me, yeah, you too. And then 5 years later, you're still sitting there going, "Oh God, why did I say that?" Thinking about it. That's the type of shit that I do.
Yeah, I do that.
And I mean,
Yeah.
literally 5 years later, I'd be like,
But most of the time, I don't even go, "Oh, sorry, I just hope they didn't know."
Yeah,
yeah, and they always know it.
Yeah.
They always know it.
yeah, 100%.
You just can't make eye contact after that.
Yeah,
They just have to give them a really good tip, and hope that they
Really
don't.
good
Put
and
it,
yeah,
Hope they don't put it on social media.
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So come here, the Amber Heard. Amber Heard, how much do you want to slap that bitch around the face?
A lot.
A lot. A lot. I have to say, I have to mention it. Have to say, absolutely fair play to Johnny Depp for
Yeah.
keeping his cool through the whole
And I
thing.
think it's important to know we are all aware that Johnny Depp has his own demons. He has
Absolutely.
issues with drugs, he has issues
Absolutely.
with alcohol. We all get that, and for himself, he's quite a toxic person. He said that himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But the evidence seemed overwhelming.
Yeah.
The fact that she had completely defamed him.
an absolute opportunist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Dangerous.
And like, I think it's amazing how many people actually came out in support of him.
Yeah.
You know, like I say that as someone, like I remember through that trial, like I'd been in a domestically abusive relationship, and I kept saying, like, there's no way you'd speak to someone like that, you'd go to them
Yeah.
like that if you were so terrified of them hurting you.
You
There's
go,
no way. Like, so as someone that also would tend to believe the female,
Yeah.
because of my own experiences, I thought it was so overwhelming how obvious it was that woman tried to ruin his life.
Yeah,
And
and
her friends.
I can't believe that she's an actress, because even
She
in
was
the
brilliant.
courtroom, she couldn't even act.
No.
No.
She couldn't even act. Like, she couldn't make. You just, I knew looking at her that she was telling lies,
Yeah.
and I saw, like, it was just gonna open up a massive corridor for people like that, for people to start doing that.
Yeah.
But it does take away also from the women who are in that
Who are
situation,
genuine.
who are
victims, yeah.
genuinely in that situation. Do you know what I mean?
And I think it's
And also
kind of-
men, because
Yeah.
nothing, like, she didn't say anything about, like, I mean, did she bite his finger off, or
Yeah. She
You know what I
said
mean?
that.
like, it opens doors now for men to be able to say, hold on a minute, that's happening to me, like,
Yeah.
I'm being beaten up.
And only
Because
today
it's not fair.
I was reading he had a TikTok up saying that I just want to move forward with my life,
Mm.
and her spokesperson or whatever said, well, it's a step forward for him, but a step back
Yeah.
for women,
Yeah.
for women's rights or
No.
domestic.
But I
Step
do
back
get-
forward.
I do
Men
get-
also are in
The
domestic.
team have to do a job. Like,
Yeah.
PR people,
Yeah.
the legal team, they have to do a job. But literally minutes after that, the verdict, I shared it on my page, she had come out with a statement basically saying, defaming him
Yeah.
all over again.
All over again.
And I think it's really shitty that, not just in America, but in general, people aren't really done then for perjury.
Yeah.
And I honestly
She
think she should have
be
been made
charged.
an example of.
Yeah.
Because,
How many millions were put into that car case?
yes.
Yeah.
But
You know what
had
I mean?
he killed himself, had he said, I can't take
He
this
still
anymore,
could.
Yeah.
and killed himself,
Yeah.
then everybody be saying, oh, she should pay for what she did.
Yeah.
She should pay for what she
Because
did.
not only
Yeah.
like
And her.
on
people
so
went
many
along.
different levels, not only did she like with the domestic violence, what all the different things she said, like to even to say that he raped her
Yeah.
and the way he was supposed to
And
have
she
done
never
it,
said that until just before.
until
Yeah.
she decided.
Yeah.
Like so, it's very dangerous, and I think it's a serious. Can do serious damage to genuine
Yeah,
victims.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely, yeah.
it might make them look and say, like especially even people that might say, people who genuinely went through some of the things that she
Yeah.
apparently went through, and then for her to lose the case, they might say, oh God,
Yeah.
no, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
so,
no, I think it was
it's
detrimental what
dangerous.
she did.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
To
And
people.
like even though he's being cleared and he gets his payout and all the rest of it, like for as long as we're alive,
Yeah.
and anybody who watched that court case, the minute you hear Johnny Depp,
It's gone
you're going to
over.
think Amber Heard. You're not going Heard, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Incidentally, her middle name is Laura. We're not
Oh,
related. But she, you will always think of her. You won't think of
But
parts
the
of the
other
cartoon.
sad
Yeah.
thing is, as much as we're sitting here and we all believed Johnny Depp, there are people in the world that didn't believe him.
Oh,
That's the
And
thing.
absolutely.
will always not
and
believe him.
still won't,
And
yeah.
his kids have to grow up now, always being exposed to
Yeah,
this
his
story.
name is more to it.
You know, and his ex-partners and, you know,
Yeah.
people, his
I
friends.
thought it was
and
lovely his
his friend.
ex-partners sticking
Yeah,
for him
yeah.
and saying,
Kate Moss and
That
everything,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
even his friend, his best friend on the stand, got very upset about what has been done to their friends since their kids. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I personally think a lot of people in her life are actually afraid of her.
yeah.
I think like her sister definitely is terrified of her. But how she even managed to rope these people in and
Yeah.
manipulate people.
And the
is so
demons that he is
scary.
battling are coming from a dark place,
Yeah.
and it's going
This
to be
is not gonna be
worse.
helpful,
It's,
yeah.
it's going to be so much worse.
But
for him.
hopefully the fact that he got such public support will give
It might,
him
yeah.
that bit of a boost.
Yeah. Because like you were
Yeah.
saying with his kids, like although he has been acquitted or whatever, yeah, there was still like the photographs
Yeah,
that
it's
she
horrible.
shared and
Yeah.
the videos she shared, and like he was going through a hard time.
And
And
they
he has
always
to-
be able to access
He,
that now.
exactly,
Yeah.
and he has to relive that, and like that, his kids can access that, and
Yeah.
the people in his kids' class can access
Yeah.
that. So even that's, and again, for somebody who is struggling with addiction, obviously has,
He's
mental
fighting
health issues, and
battles,
he's fighting
yeah.
battles, and that's something that's going to be hanging over him for
I
the rest
thought
of
it was
his life.
so powerful, the whole, when she was recorded saying, yeah, you tell the world I, Johnny Depp, a white man, and being abused, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
And the lawyer said, and what do you say to that? And he said, yes, I am. And I
Yeah.
just thought, like, it's so powerful,
yeah.
but a horrible position for him to be
Horrible
in.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I think
absolutely horrible.
especially for men, they don't
Yeah.
want to in
It's
any way be
harder.
seen as weak,
Yeah,
especially in front of his children. And
yeah.
obviously, I don't think he's weak at all. I think,
No, I think he's absolutely amazing. Like,
and I think it took a lot of strength for him not to
yeah,
retaliate back to her.
Yeah.
She was going on like that all the time.
yeah,
But his kids, like, are just exposed to way too much.
yeah.
and
It's
they shouldn't
awful.
have to
It's
be.
horrible for them. They
And I
shouldn't
don't
have
think
to.
she gave that a second thought. I don't
No,
think she cared.
no,
No.
It
not
was
at
all
all.
about the money that she didn't give to charities.
But on a lighter note, Kim Kardashian passed the bar.
I'm delighted
Yeah.
for
I
her.
am delighted for her. Are
Yeah.
you Kardashian fans?
Yes.
I
Yeah, I
absolutely love the Kardashians,
Yeah.
and I love this new one, the new
Mhm.
Kardashians,
Yeah.
because
With
It's
Hulu.
as-
I love it.
yeah, with Hulu, yeah, because they're literally doing it themselves.
It's
Yeah.
not, so it's not a stage.
It's not as staged, and it doesn't seem as staged. Like
But you know
it's-
what? My thing with Kim
very
Kardashian is that she doesn't have to do any of that work that she's doing.
No,
the,
no.
doing it
the
all.
death row and
Yeah,
I know she's obviously taken after her dad.
Mm.
Robert Kardashian was a lawyer, but she doesn't have to do any of that.
No,
she
she's
has
made enough money.
she is
Yeah.
a
Yeah, it's not
millionaire.
financial.
But,
Probably.
and like I watched in the last seasons before this Hulu one and now this one with the death row inmates, and it's so sad.
yeah,
And you can see she genuinely is really affected by it.
yeah.
She really
Yeah.
gets close to these people.
I
Yeah.
really have a lot of time for her
Yeah.
now. I think, and it's been great to watch her evolve from the start,
Yeah.
where she was only known for a sex tape.
Yeah,
Do you know, and people literally until
yeah.
she passed the bar 2
Yeah.
weeks ago, like, yeah,
And I think it's
would
brilliant
still
that she
say the
owns
same
that.
thing.
She owns that.
She's
sex
got
tape
that,
done, she
yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
And look at, we all do things.
Yeah,
We all
Not
do sex
even
tapes.
No, but we all do things, not even just when
That
we're
you
young. We all
regret.
do
Yeah,
things
of
that we
course.
regret.
yeah,
But I think fair fucks for her.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Pass it, like that's one of the hardest exams in the
Yeah.
world. And I know it took her a few times to do it.
Yeah,
But
but
she
she
did
was on
it
her very last chance as
Yeah,
well. If
yeah,
she
because
didn't
I
pass
didn't know
that
that you
time,
couldn't,
yeah.
if you fail it 7 times.
Oh, I'm sitting on the edge of the
Yes,
chair. I was like,
I'm
please.
No, I knew she had
Right.
passed it because there was a whole thing about Pete Davidson has a tattoo saying my girlfriend's a lawyer.
Yeah,
In it, so I knew she had passed it. But I think it's brilliant
I'm
for
glad
her
you didn't tell
kids.
me because I got to see it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant now for her kids that their man is not just a reality.
Yeah,
TV star,
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
you know, they
There's
can-
substance to it.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's something really decent. Like,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
Because she got a lot of hate. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, I actually had loads of polls from about online trolling, as in
Yeah, I've got it.
everybody on Instagram, people like me, like ourselves. But there's too much in it, so I think we'll leave that for next week.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Definitely, because there is so much, and there is loads to talk about there. But yeah,
Now I want to talk about something
yeah,
that come up
go
today.
for it.
So, I became aware of a woman slandering a place of business on
Right.
social media
Mhm.
because apparently her underage daughters were drinking on the premises. Right. Now here's my thing. If your kids are out at 12 at night, 1 in the morning, and they're not at home in their beds,
It's your
that's
fault.
not just on the premises.
Yeah.
That's on you as a parent.
Yeah.
But I hate this whole straight away, let's jump on social media, slate businesses, and I was reading it today and I just thought, that's a load of crap.
Yeah,
Because if your daughters were in there, they either got somebody else to get them drink, which they shouldn't have done anyway,
yeah.
or they
How old
used
are these
fake ID.
girls?
I don't know, I think they're probably about 17. But also as well, did we all do that with our teens?
Yeah.
Trying to get into pubs?
Yeah.
That we were
That's the
meant to be
thing.
in?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you
yeah,
do.
it depends. If it's someone who's 16, 17, like I know I was going to Jets when I was 15,
I was the
and
same
as I
cherry.
said, all the Aslan gigs that we went to
Yeah.
in the Olympia when we were real young, 14 and 15, if you didn't get in, you ran around the corner, changed your top and ran back and fixed your makeup a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 14 and 15, but not necessarily the parents' fault, because I would have said, I'm staying in my friend Ashton's tonight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so that's not really on them. It's not on the club either, really, if they're 17, because it is very hard to tell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Especially
mean?
with
And
girls,
kids
because you
have
can
fake
do
ID.
you can do yourself up, you can use
Yeah.
a fake ID, but I think
Yeah,
it's very easy, rather than her grabbing our kids and saying, you little bitch, what were you doing, or giving out to her and grounding her or whatever, you jump on social media and potentially destroy somebody's
Yeah.
business.
yeah,
Now I know that that person became aware of that situation because of stuff that was online
right,
while it was happening.
yeah,
So instead of going over and taking your kids out of there and
Don't leave.
reprimanding them because
yeah,
they are, I don't know whether they actually were drinking or not drinking, right? But
yeah,
because they're in that situation, you jump onto social media and start stating
Yeah.
business.
yeah,
I just don't understand it.
No, that's not.
It's this way of thinking that we have now.
yeah,
Like I've said there earlier, like there's lots of businesses that are annoying me at the moment because I just think you don't give a shit about your customers anymore.
yeah,
But I'm not jumping on to slate them.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think if it's a case of a girl who or a boy that's like 16, 17, that teenager knows. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
know. I knew going into Jets that I shouldn't be in Jets. Do you know what I mean? I knew that my ma thought I was sleeping in my friend's house. You know, that way. So no, I think you have to blame the teenager in that case. If it was a 14-year-old, then it's on the pub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But not a 16, 17.
But also because I know that it's not the only venue that's happened with
yeah,
those people. So the issue is not
yeah,
all the venues.
Yeah.
You know, the issue,
There's a common denominator.
yeah, is stemming from
yeah,
home, like
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
because obviously you can only control your kids to a certain degree, especially when they're teenagers.
Well, if I was
But
that
at the
person,
same
what I
time-
would have done is went to the premises with my daughter
Yeah.
and said, "This is my daughter. She was here last night. Don't say her again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of story. Do you know what
Rather
I mean?
than-
I reprimand the
Yeah.
child rather than put all over it like social media that me child
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah,
Do you know
and
what I
that,
mean?
well,
I'd
like
rather keep
potentially,
that quiet from my child.
yeah, of course, but potentially destroy a business. Like
Yeah.
having them people, because then what you always get is somebody jumping on saying, oh yeah, and I had the food there last week and
That's
it's
what
shite.
happens.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
okay. So that's the thing, like,
Yeah.
and there's no real need for it.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
And I seen it today, and then there was other comments put up, and it turned out they were all friends with this
Yeah.
of
person.
course.
And
yeah.
I just was like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
You know?
I mean, the last 2 years that a lot of businesses have had, where a lot of businesses closed.
Yeah.
So the
And
ones
that
that have
particular
managed to
business,
stay
I
open,
know, is trying their best.
Yeah.
that's
I
the
know
thing,
they're
and this could be
trying to-
detrimental
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
them.
It just really annoys me, because I just think, like, going back even to the trolling, it's easy to jump on and
Yeah.
say shit
Keyboard
online, and
warriors.
but like, come on,
Yeah.
can we not have a bit of reading cop on there?
Yeah.
Because we all have social media, we have to act like idiots.
Yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's
No,
not-
you're
yes.
dead right.
It's like social media is the answer to everything.
To everything.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's really not. And even there with social media, with phones and all, like, I said to a lady the other day, Wednesday everything's changed because I was away for a couple of days, came back, I said to her, your phone will be 1 hour per day. That's it. Now her
She
reaction,
even knows her shit.
no, she lost her shit. And I said, see this, what you're doing now, that's exactly why it's 1 hour a day. Because this shit in this phone is not real.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Like all these people on YouTube and TikTok, it's not real.
Yeah.
That's just what they put it, a snippet
What
of
they
their
want
life.
Yeah.
to see.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And like she's sitting there, we spoke about it before, comparing herself. I was like, no, it's not real for me. I know that
Yeah.
as much as I appreciate people on Instagram that follow me, it's not my real life.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I just think it's madness. I think now, because of the way things are going, it's my fault as well. I've let her be exposed to her phone way too much, and her
Yeah.
iPad, and her iPod, and her iBleed and everything. So I'm like, no, I have to rein that in now, because
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
something
want
you don't
it to
see
be the
coming
way
though,
it is now.
yeah.
It's all to be
That's
all
when you don't
mental.
know
Yeah,
until
you
you're in
don't
it.
see
and
that
you're
coming
like,
until it
oh,
happens.
And then I'm like, she's 10 now, she's so body conscious and all this, and comparing herself, and just, but also her life, like, she's a very good life.
Yeah.
Compared to how I grew up,
Yeah,
and
it's
down
just-
down with nothing.
Yeah.
She like last week we woke her up, I had to wake her because she'd a late night, and woke her and I said, listen, we're going to go, we found out about this farm, also to let people know, Cornstown, is that what it's called, Cornstown?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's brilliant. Like, you have alpacas, right? So you can do an alpaca walk, that's €45 now, you're going back up to walk with an alpaca, because you can actually walk into the barn and touch the alpacas that are there, and there's like, it's farm animals, but they've like a Java Republic set up as well, so you
Yeah.
get coffee, and it's a lovely walk. But I woke her up and I said, listen, we're going to go for coffee, we're going to go to feed the alpacas. Oh, do I have to do that? Like, are you actually having a laugh?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because you'd
God.
rather lie there on your bleeding phone. No.
Yeah.
Now we went, she had a brilliant time, loved it, we definitely go back, and it's free for people that
Yeah.
are, like,
That's a
especially
good
people that
one
have
as
more
well
than
for summer.
one kid, like it's expensive
Yeah.
to do anything. Now they did say with the alpacas, it doesn't have to be one person, one alpaca, like your whole family could walk with one alpaca.
Mhm.
So in that sense it's worth it for €45.
Are they
Yeah.
the ones that spit at you?
Yeah, but they're also they're the ones Miss Hinch has trained. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Out our new.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so beautiful. And she put up a picture today, we were laughing at it, of her tree got shaved. And like their necks are only about that size, but you don't think it, because
No way.
when you put your hand into the fore, it just keeps going in.
No way.
They're just like the cutest. I swear to God, I love them.
Ah.
If you can't tell, I love an alpaca. And I
Ah.
wasn't feeling the best on Saturday morning. Like I was just a bit upset in myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, if an alpaca doesn't cheer you up, what
Yeah.
can cheer you up?
If you're having a shit day, so that's the thing. We leave this episode on that. If
Yeah.
you're having a shit day, stroke an alpaca.
That's it. Well, don't use the
That
word
could be-
stroke. That
Uh-huh.
freaks me out.
Yeah, but if you want to be a bit sexy,
Yeah.
no.
With an alpaca.
I don't know. Whatever you're into, I'm not here to judge.
I don't know where this
Bring a bottle of water and you can stroke a moist alpaca. There you
Oh
go.
God! Now, there's a line and there's no. No, I didn't
Yeah.
even do that.
Yes,
Okay, so-
bad as each other. I'm the innocent.
So if you're having a bad day,
Go see an alpaca.
Go.
Leave it at that.
yeah, but
Don't
that's a
stroke.
shit. That's a shit bumper sticker.
You can rub the alpacas,
Rub an
but you
alpaca.
also have to be
That
conscious.
still
I
sounds a
think
bit
in
sexy.
Cornstown, Anya the alpaca was the friendliest because she'd grown up around people, but the others were a bit. Now by the time you would probably go, they'd be a bit more familiar with people now. But
By the time we
don't
go,
just go
just straight
straight into the alpaca because you don't know what way they'll react. That's
Yeah.
my advice.
Like the
But-
emu
okay.
might bite you.
But when
So if
you
you're having a bad day,
put your hand
put
into
your hand
the alpaca
slowly
hair.
in and slowly stroke the alpaca.
This is
not
getting
even
sick.
stroke.
We have, yeah, no,
This is getting a bit
it's
disgusting
turning into
for
a
me.
different kind of podcast.
Yeah.
We need to leave.
Yes, we need to leave. Yeah, and on that note then we leave it there.
Yeah,
And
it's important we do.
yeah, we'll get to the online trolling and all the rest of it next week. And I have loads of useless facts, but we've just talked it for an hour, so I hope everyone enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for listening.
Thank you very much.
Cut it.